here's a bit of a late breaking news update. SpaceX, of course, in a timely manner has given us information about what happened during Flight 7 of Starship, so I wanted to get that information out as quickly as possible. Now, they were able to put this out only a few hours after the launch, which props to SpaceX. Thanks for being so transparent. They wrote on X, the first Starship flight test of 2025 flew with ambitious goals, seeking to repeat our previous success of launching and catching the world's most powerful launch vehicle while putting a redesigned and upgraded Starship through a rigorous set of flight demonstrations. It served as a reminder that development testing by definition is unpredictable. On its 7th flight test, Starship successfully lifted off from Starbase in Texas at 4:37 p.m. Central Time, and at launch, all 33 Raptor engines powered the Super Heavy booster in Starship on a nominal ascent. Following a successful hot stage separation, the booster successfully transitioned to its boost back burn, with 12 of the planned 13 Raptor engines relighting to begin its return to the launch site. Super Heavy then relit all 13 planned middle ring and center Raptor engines and performed its landing burn, including the engine that did not relight for boost back burn. The landing burn slowed Super Heavy down and maneuvered itself to the launch and catch tower arms, resulting in the second successful catch of a Super Heavy booster. And it was phenomenal to see in person. Following stage separation, the Starship upper stage successfully lit all 6 Raptor engines and performed its ascent burn to space. Prior to the burn's completion, telemetry was lost with the vehicle after approximately 8.5 minutes of flight. Initial data indicates a fire developed in the aft section of the ship, and we saw this in videos that people were posting shortly after the launch on X. This led to a rapid, unscheduled disassembly, or a RUD, with debris falling into the Atlantic Ocean within the predefined hazard areas. Starship flew within its designated launch corridor, as all U.S. launches do, to safeguard the public both on the ground, on water, and in the air. Any surviving pieces of debris would have fallen in the designated hazard area. If you believe you have identified a piece of debris, please do not attempt to handle or retrieve the debris directly. Instead, please contact your local authorities or the SpaceX debris hotline. That number is 1-866-623-0234 or at recovery@spacex.com. As always, success comes from what we learn, and this flight test will help us improve Starship's reliability as SpaceX seeks to make life multiplanetary. Data review is already underway as we seek our root cause. We will conduct a thorough investigation in coordination with the FAA and implement corrective actions to make improvements on future Starship flight tests. And the ship and booster for Starship's 8th flight test are built and are going through pre-launch testing and preparing to fly as we continue a rapid iterative development process to build a fully and rapidly reusable space transportation system. So thank you to SpaceX for putting out that press release in such a timely manner. I was not expecting that to happen tonight, but we have more information, and Elon even shared some information earlier saying preliminary indication is that we had an oxygen fuel leak in the cavity above the ship engine firewall that was large enough to build pressure in excess of the vent capacity. Apart from obviously double checking for leaks, we will add fire suppression to that volume and probably increase vent area. And this is the real kicker. At the end, he says, nothing so far suggests pushing next launch past next month. So I want to know from you guys in the comments, it sounds like Elon's pretty optimistic this won't lead to a major hang-up or delay, but I'm not exactly sure. Obviously, the FAA still has to conduct an investigation, and at least the visuals were quite spectacular of that Ship 33 RUD, but I do hope that they're able to launch again soon, and hey, at least the booster catch was more than successful. That was absolutely incredible to watch in person. I still can't believe how surreal it was, and I'm so happy that I finally got to see one after missing Flight 5. I hope that you get to see one someday. It literally is like a rocket launch on steroids. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and this update. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. It has been a wild day and a very long day, and I just wanted to get this out there. I'm sorry to spam you with videos, but this is actually really important information from SpaceX. And again, if you see any of this debris and you're in that area of, I believe it, disintegrated over Turks and Caicos, I'm sure people will be tempted to touch it, keep it as a souvenir. But if someone does find it, they should probably do the right thing and call SpaceX's debris recovery hotline. So thank you so much for supporting my channel, and again, thank you to Margaritaville for letting me stream here. This has been quite a memorable launch, and what a day for SpaceX. Of course, this is a test flight, so I have some people saying that this isn't sad, but I'm sure that it's, kind of a bummer that they didn't get to try all of the objectives that they were hoping for the ship. Of course, the booster catch was great, but they had a lot of new things and, upgrades and tests that they wanted to conduct on this flight. So it is a bummer, but hopefully they'll be able to do it next time.